Hey, we're going to do another one of these things. Now I've been thinking, yeah, I've got Dark Thirst on the rail, and I kind of want to show off an aspect of Hestia. In the previous runs, I've kind of tried to kind of show off staying open a little bit and just seeing what comes. Hestia is a different beast. When I play Hestia, I have a very specific build in mind. There's a certain boons will just give you a really disproportionate disproportionate benefits when you're in Hestia. So I'm going to start with the Adamant Arrowhead to make sure that we're getting into Artemis straight away. Now, ooh, geez, my rail heat is pretty high. So let's see what we can push up here. Even with benefits and middle management, we're still 2 heat short. What do we want to kick up here? Damage control is real bad for Hestia. This is actually a tough one. Underworld Customs is always risky because, you know, sometimes it's nothing and sometimes it's really rough. What we might actually do is bring in extreme measures. Hades, take down... we're still under with... maybe not. Okay, so that's heat on the second benefits package. Okay, instead we'll grab a bit of hard labor. 40% damage? Yeah, we'll just not get hit, it's fine. What could go wrong? So we're gonna kick off there and see how we go with 18 heat on the rail. So yeah, Hestia is you get 150 damage, base damage on your primary attack. Okay, and yep, we're off to a good start. We're getting Deadly Strike, and this is one of the kind of core pieces of the build. The other core piece that we're really hoping to get is Artemis's dash boon. Basically, when you're playing Hestia, you're reloading between each shot, so there's really no reason to not make every attack a dash attack, like you can kind of see I'm doing here. There's not much point in me doing it right now, given I don't actually have any dash attack bonus yet, but it's kind of, when I play Hestia, this is the muscle memory that I have built in, because I'm always going for those dash attack boosts. Now, this is a little bit interesting actually, because these guys with their shields don't actually respond very well to the Hestia game plan, so I probably want to actually just shoot them with my regular gun when I run into those guys with the blue hearts. Alright, seeing a life affirmation right here at the start of Tartarus, we are not unhappy about at all. Very happy to take that. I certainly wouldn't be opposed to taking the week on special. Getting those status effects in is pretty important. Doubly so since we're not getting a status effect on our main attack, so we need to be doubly careful that we're finding a way to trigger privilege status some other way. But, you know, life affirmation before we even start getting any of our health ups is just too good to pass up. Dionysus is not really doing much for us here. If we land Dionysus Cast, it's obviously a very strong option, but Dionysus Cast doesn't apply any status by itself, so I think we'll pass up on Dionysus. We'll get the hammer. There's some very nice hammers you can get for Hestia. I'm specifically thinking about the hammer that increases, that makes your attacks pierce and increases your damage against armor. Piercing attacks on Hestia is just fantastic because it turns your enormous, 150 base damage first rail shot into a great big AoE 150 damage shot, which you really can't overstate the benefit of. Okay, attack is faster, more accurate. That doesn't do anything for us. Attack seeks the nearest foe. That doesn't do anything for us. Okay, we're going for targeting system. Targeting system is one of my favorite rail upgrades, actually. I typically don't like the special on the rail. It feels a bit too slow, but when you're slowing everything inside the targeting reticle, that slowness, the slowness of the bomb itself, really does not feel as potent, especially when, even if they do go out of the targeting reticle, the slow stays on them for some reason. So even if you miss, you're getting a decent benefit from from it. And so you can see here the critical strikes on those 150 damage base shots are just really doing big damage. And this is before we've managed to stack any other kind of damage boosts on it. And at this point, what we're trying to do is just get as many different ways we can stack damage on that 150 base damage as we possibly can, so we get the biggest crits we can possibly get. I'm sure that there are other perfectly reasonable ways to play Hestia, but this just seems like the really self-evident one to me, so I struggle to do anything other than just shoot for this. Alright, we're looking at Poseidon here. A Poseidon cast would be really nice to help out with our rather limited crowd control capabilities. Obviously, we do have our special, which is technically crowd control, but even with that boon, it can be a little bit difficult to land, and a bit more reliability in Flood Shot would be really nice to see right now. Okay, yep, and here's Flood Shot. Tidal Dash is also a really good upgrade, and I'm definitely considering that too. Is there anything else we'd really like in our dash? Considering we're quite long ranged, we're not desperate for Artemis on our dash, and Tidal Dash can get really good, and does the same sort of crowd control benefit for you. So yeah, I think I'm going to take Tidal Dash here and see how we go. Ares, I'm sure, can give us something interesting. One of the Ares boons, I think it's called Battle Rage, the thing that gives you plus 100% damage on your next shot after you kill something. I think it should be pretty evident by now. It's extremely good when you're doing so few shots and the shots you're doing are such high damage. Okay, we're not getting offered it here, but we have some interesting offers. Epic Blade Dash is, I mean, it's kind of cool, but I'm pretty happy with my choice there with Flood Shot. I'm going to take Blood Frenzy. That bonus damage, especially since, you're usually, you're getting a couple stacks of that bonus damage when you're on the Hades fight, where you're using most of your Death Defiances. I'm never unhappy to see Blood Frenzy. I guess I'd be unhappy to see it if all my Death Defiances were already used up, but I'm not really in the habit of doing that. And if all my Death Defiances are used up, I've got worse problems than getting a mediocre Ares boon. Yep, jumping in spikes for no good reason there. Oh, here we are. Okay, yeah, we do like base damage. We've got no pums on our attack or our dash right now, and both of those will respond very nicely to our first pom. Okay, yeah, I think we're just gonna follow our nose here, put as much damage as we possibly can on our attack. Obviously, we're going to be grabbing any chaos boons that we possibly can to try and stack even more damage on that, because that's all getting multiplied by the crits, and it's just, all that percentage increase is really quite nice when you're looking down the barrel of 150 base damage. Double boon we would absolutely love to see right now. What would be really nice right now is a rupture effect on our dash. That way we're getting partway towards privileged status. Okay, we're not getting it here. Do we want... Hydraulic Might could be nice, and we're looking at an epic rarity there. So 75% damage for the first 10 seconds. That it certainly has the potential to make a real dent in a room. I've never really liked this boon because, the fights that you're getting most of your damage out in 10 seconds, you're not really having much trouble with anyway, and the fights that you're not, you're spending so much of the fight not having Hydraulic Might. Tempest Flourish, not really what we're looking for here. We were looking for a different status on our special. So pretty much where I'm at right now is, do I want to take the high rarity Hydraulic Might, or do I want to spin the wheel to try and get Rupture? Given that we're already in Poseidon and we're just in Tartarus, I don't think we're going to have trouble landing Rupture later on, so we're going to save our dice, we're going to take Hydraulic Might and hope it turns out well for us. Haven't seen any more Artemis boons yet, which is a little bit disconcerting, because we do really want... Oh, I forgot that we really wanted Artemis Dash. I took Flood Dash. Well, that's okay. It's not the end of the world to not have Artemis Dash. I've definitely done plenty of very good Hestia runs without it, and with any luck we'll get a Chaos boon with a great big dash attack bonus, because Chaos does have big dash attack bonuses if you get lucky. But, yeah... fluffed that a little bit, but yeah, there's still plenty of opportunities to make a good run here, even if we flubbed it a little bit there. That is okay. And I mean, yeah, Flood Dash is still really good. Okay, Curse of Vengeance. So the thing about this is, it would be really nice to end up with some Zeus, because ending up with Zeus means we're getting an extra 40 damage on our dashes, and we're getting a lot of damage from our dashes. You know, you dash a lot. You're always dashing a lot, so an extra 40 damage on an already high damage dash is pretty nice. So that would be going for the Sea Storm duo. So I'm kind of thinking maybe too many steps ahead here, but if I'm going for Zeus, that means that I could go for the Zeus Ares duo of Vengeful Mood as well, and if I'm going to do that, it would be nice to be sitting on an epic Curse of Vengeance. Alternatively, we could be grabbing Curse of Pain or Slicing Shot, obviously, but since these are both quite low rarity, and when it comes to Doom, it's quite an annoying status to keep up to maintain Privileged status, it doesn't excite me to grab Curse of Pain. What I really want on special is something more like Aphrodite, where it's easier to keep uptime on that status and make sure you're keeping that Privileged status damage. And Slicing Shot I don't see doing much for us here. We're getting our crowd control from our dash, so I'd rather keep our cast open for a bit more utility than Slicing Shot. If it was a high rarity Slicing Shot, we're already in Athena, so it would be interesting to consider going for the Athena Ares duo for the homing blade drifts, but looking at a common Slicing Shot, I don't really care. So I'm going to grab the Curse of Vengeance, even if we don't end up, going through those extra 3 steps and ending up in Vengeful Mood. I'm not unhappy about an epic Curse of Vengeance either way. So, fingers crossed that we see the Rupture here, and yep, here it is. When it comes to rarity, I don't care that much. What this is to me is our dash triggering 1/2 of a privileged status. So we will grab that and not feel the least bit bad about it. Very happy to see more hearts, given that we've already got that Aphrodite boon for increased value from them. And on to the Furies. The Furies tend to be a bit of a joke with Hestia. I never have much trouble with them. Tisiphone is probably the one I'm least happy to see, given that my ability to deal with projectiles is pretty low. But if I can get a couple of crits, like you saw just there, I can just pop her down to the next phase before I even need to worry about projectiles. Because the damage output you can get with a couple lucky crits on Hestia is just really outrageously high. Yeah, and look, that is just over in seconds. No need to worry about the projectiles. Alright, so moving on to... Asphodel, a couple things we are thinking about. We want to be getting the most value out of our attack. We want to be getting the most damage out of our crits. I think Aphrodite is going to be doing both of that for us, because Aphrodite is going to be increasing our damage if we can get that support boon on weak, where weak enemies take more damage. Aphrodite's also got a very nice duo boon with Athena, where our crits do more damage to weak targets. So yeah, all in all, very happy to go in and fish for some Aphrodite. Again, we're going to keep our eyes open for those chaos gates, because they can be extremely valuable as well. Anything that'll just increase the damage on our attack, be it a dash strike or just regular attack damage, or even a backstab boon from chaos. Any of those will be really nice to multiply our damage with a crit and just get those really big juicy damage hits that we're fishing for. This room's a little bit awkward. I can't get a good angle on this this skull thing. There we go. Okay. Yeah, I think I will grab one level on Tidal Dash, just because it gives you so much value, and the extra crowd control on that is very nice. Like I was saying before, when I play Hestia, I can't not do this this pattern where I'm always doing dash attacks, even when I don't have any value from dash attacks, just because I go for dash attack value boons so often. Alright, so this is interesting. Hyper Sprint has a really nice synergy in that there's another Hermes boon where you get bonus damage equal to your bonus speed. Given that I'm already in this pattern of going for dash attacks, and I'm hoping to get more dash attack bonus boons down the line if I possibly can. If you take Hyper Sprint and then you later on find that boon that gives you bonus damage equal to your bonus speed, that's just really good value. And it's nice from ability too. I think we're going to hold on to our money, grab some more money, and try and get some more value out of the Golden Touch right now. I don't think we're really hurting for boons at the moment. I think we're getting where we need to get to without needing to jump into the shop so early. And this way we'll have more money in Elysium to hopefully get some more value there. Purging, nothing we're going to need to purge there. Okay, now this is interesting. This is the Athena that we are... Sorry, this is the Aphrodite that we're forcing. It's up against a Hermes, and we do want more Hermes to try and land that boon we were talking about for the bonus dash combo. Given that the Athena is an elite room, and again, I think you get better boons from elite rooms, we're going to grab that, and hopefully we'll land some more Hermes later. The witches are not too bad. There's some builds that struggle with them a little bit, but we've got enough range that the projectiles aren't overly intimidating. Still getting hit by a few of them, but that's okay. Okay, there's an Erebus gate. Oh, here we go. Okay, yeah, Heartbreak Flourish at this point, very happy to see. Decent damage increase on that special. And more importantly, it's getting us into weak. Okay, now this is interesting. There's an Erebus Gate with another Aphrodite versus a Hermes. Erebus Gates are risky, because if you take any damage in Erebus Gates, you get nothing. You get like a Clove of Garlic or something, which gives you 1 hit point. So we're gonna play it safe. We're gonna skip the Erebus Gate, given that the competition is Hermes, which we're also looking for. So what's he got for us? Okay, none of this excites us, so we're going to hit the re-roll and see if we can get something better. Okay, none of this excites us either. We'll grab a dodge chance because, damage mitigation is always going to do something for you. Thanatos, don't expect we'll have too much trouble with Thanatos with the frankly outrageous damage output that we can get from Hestia. Quite good for sniping the guys that he's trying to kill. So if we're attentive, we should be able to get out of this fight without him ending up with any kills at all. Not that that dude does anything for you apart from is rude to your foster brother / boyfriend, but you know, what's a bit of rudeness between companions, eh? I don't know where that scythe is. Oh, he got one. Good on you, Thanatos, you got one. Yep, give me the hearts. That I am. Okay, got a lot of money now. Pom's not super thrilling, so we will hit the shop now, given that the competition is not so good. With any luck, we'll be able to grab a couple boons here. Okay, just the one boon, but there is a heart as well, which will get extra value from Aphrodite. Second wave. Do we care about this at all? I mean, theoretically, if we end up in... If we do manage to end up in Zeus, second wave will give us a second strike on Sea Storm if we manage to land that. Common Flood Shot and Typhoon's Fury, neither of these are really exciting me on Hestia. So, look, sure, I'll grab second wave and see if it does anything good for us. Go into the Hydra. Can't imagine that we'll have too much trouble with this with Hestia. Hestia is just... It's just so strong. Hestia is the... felt like the natural choice when I wanted to try and get the third Skelly statue that you need to do a 32 heat run for. I naturally gravitated to Hestia. I gave it a try first, I think, with Gilgamesh, because Gilgamesh is also really strong, but Gilgamesh is definitely a lot more fragile than Hestia. So yeah, I tried it with Gilgamesh, got my shit kicked in, tried it with Hestia, and passed without too much trouble. Don't get me wrong, it wasn't easy, but I you know, got through it without bursting a blood vessel or anything. Oh, right, I forgot we're in the phase where I need to actually shoot this guy. He's dropping Cyclops heads on us. Okay, so I forgot we because we have a weak and rupture, we can actually do privileged status now. So we'll make sure we're taking advantage of that, because another 40% base damage on the 150 damage. Another 40% damage on the 150 base damage shots, which we're then multiplying by our criticals. You know, it's real. It's really real. Also make sure that we're embedding our bloodstones, because that gives us a bit of value as well. But yeah, look, Hestia is so strong. I'm not... I don't really need to be try-harding too much. Okay, so moving on to Elysium. How interested am I in ending up in Zeus? It'll give us Sea Storm. It'll give us... I guess it could give us the God Gauge thing if we have the Aphrodite duo. Yeah, look, there's enough good Zeus duos, and I'd be happy to land in Zeus for either my cast or my call. So yeah, very happy to force Zeus here, see what we get, and see what good we can make of it. Haven't taken any keys this run, which means that we haven't got any extra re-rolls. We just haven't had the chance to take any over something less appealing. In fact, I don't think we've been offered any at all. So we'll keep our eyes open for that. More obols, but I think we'll just grab the hammer. Hammers are really nice on Hestia if you get the right ones, so don't plan on fighting around and waiting on the hammer. Not when the competition's just obols. Backstabs are also really good value on Hestia, obviously, since another thing it's increasing your damage, which is obviously multiplying a large base damage number, plus your crits. So you're always happy to see backstab. So ending up in Athena wouldn't be the end of the world either, because you can get extra backstab damage off exposed. Okay, what are we looking for here? Spread fire tragically does not work with Hestia at all. It just, you fire your first shot at Hestia, then the rest of them are the shotgun blast, so spread fire is a waste of time. Cluster bomb and hazard bomb are both fine. Hazard Bomb is really big, which means it's easy to land, but Cluster Bomb is also really big, and we're less invested in the actual damage we're doing, more invested in just landing that weak effect, so Cluster Bomb's an easy pick here. Here's the Zeus that we were forcing. I did wish we'd managed to grab that piercing hammer, but you can't always get the hammers you want. So, you know, the way to reliably win is not to is to put yourself in builds that don't rely on any one hammer. It's why I don't like you know, talking about weapons of like, you know, oh, it's kind of annoying, but if you get the right hammer, it's good, because it's just a crapshoot if you get in the right hammer. So I don't want to play a weapon that's not fun unless I get the right hammer. Not that there's really any aspects I feel that way about anymore. I've come to a point where I have a fun time with every aspect I play. Definitely took me a long time to get there though. Okay, there's an epic Heaven's Vengeance again, so if we really wanted to push our luck here with going for Vengeful Mood and still be not committed to Zeus or Ares, we could take Heaven's Vengeance and theoretically end up in Vengeful Mood, but that seems increasingly like we'd be pushing our luck. I'm going to take Electric Shot. That gets us live for a bunch of nice duos. A clam. I can't really picture how you would catch a clam with a fishing rod, but that's how it is. Double boon is great. The double boon rooms won't ever give you duo boons or legendary boons, but I mean, 2 boons is just a lot of boons, so can't be upset about that. Okay, exit wounds. It's epic, but it's not much for us. Both Clean Kill and Hunter's Mark are really good. I think Hunter's Mark is especially good. Hunter's Mark, it's kind of like guaranteed criticals, you know, an extra 30% chance. So if we can get a chain going with Hunter's Mark, we're just increasing our damage output extraordinarily, and maybe we'll end up getting a clean kill down the line. We would certainly be very happy to get one of those. And now we've got Hunter's Mark. If we do manage to get a clean kill, it'll be even better. So we're not seeing any of those crits right now. It would be really nice if we could land some kind of extra crit damage boon, although in order to do that we would need to either be in Athena or Dionysus, and we're not in either of those, so really our only shot there would be pressure points, which is like, you know, a few percent. And I mean, if we saw it, we'd take it. Okay, so we've already got the cast, so we're not desperate for Zeus's aid here. I think there's an argument to be made for both Static Discharge and Lightning Reflexes. Lightning Reflexes triggers a lot more often than you would kind of expect for the way that it's phrased, so I definitely need to give it more credit than I sometimes do. We're not going to end up in Cold Fusion at this point, and we're not reapplying Jolted that frequently with just cast. Like, you know, if we were in Zeus Dash, maybe we'd be getting a lot of Jolted, and we're still hoping to get Sea Storm sometime down the line, but as it stands, we're going to take Lightning Reflexes just because we know that's going to be good. Another Zeus? Look, why not? Another shot at Sea Storm, another shot at Lightning Rod, another shot at... Oh, not another shot at Smoldering Air because we don't have a call, but... And look, maybe that would be a reason to have taken Zeus's call in that room to make us live for Smoldering Air, the Aphrodite duo that makes the call charge automatically, but an automatically charging call would be more exciting if we had a call that wasn't just common and rarity, so I'm not upset with our choice there. Get our Bloodstones in this guy. Kind of having bad luck with our crits lately. Don't seem to be seeing many. I wonder what's going on now. Oh, there's one. Because we should be getting like 15% crits, which I guess is you know, not that often, you know, once every, what, like 6 shots? So I suppose... Okay, here's Sea Storm. Here's also Static Discharge. Static Discharge will be a lot better if we have Sea Storm, so I'm going to take Sea Storm now and hope we get Static Discharge later. And, you know, maybe we'll even get a purple Static Discharge. That'd be lovely. Be an extra 40 damage just by itself on our dashes. Very happy with that. And if we can get jolted on them later, all the better. Doesn't seem like we're really going to end up with anything on those dash attacks at this point, unless we manage to land that Hermes combo. And there's often a Hermes in the Styx shop, so definitely not ruling it out. Okay, all for Poseidon. Maybe one of these would be good, but look, I'm just going to take the damage on our dash, because we know that's going to be reliable. This is an interesting choice. Either a Cyclops Jerky or a Hydrolite from our friend Patroclus would be really nice, but we also know we're getting extra value out of our Centaur Hearts. So the question is, excuse me, how reliably do we think we can beat the champions of Elysium without getting some juice from Patroclus? And I'm feeling lucky. I'm going to take the heart. I'm going to be greedy and hope that we do it. Oh, and look, here's a fountain. So, yeah, eat shit, Patroclus. We don't need your Hydrolite. And here's another heart. No, don't eat shit, Patroclus. Patroclus, you are my dear friend. I love you very much. I don't want you to eat shit. I know many people complain about flame wheels, and to them I simply say, just pick better boons. Pick boons that make flame wheel go away. Alright, oh my god, we're sitting on 300 life. That's real nice. We're just swimming in Zeus here, so with any luck we'll get another shot at a decent static discharge here, and that way we'll just be getting really huge amounts of value from our Poseidon dash. At that point, our dash is kind of more core to our build than our attack, which is pretty wild in Hestia. But I mean, it's not really, just we haven't really landed into the real full attack combo that you're sometimes hunting for in Hestia. But we would just have a lot of value in our dash at that point. But in any case, you know, they're both make up parts of the whole. The dash gives us more crowd control, and the Hestia gives us more single target. Okay, oh, and look at that. Yeah, purple static discharge. Glad we waited. That's exactly what we want to see. We've got $500 here, which is enough to buy at the shop. What I actually want to do is grab the pom here, save our money for Styx, where hopefully we'll see a Hermes boon. And I really want to see here a chance to increase our Jolted, which we're not seeing. I like increasing our Hunter's Mark here. If we can get a decent chain going, that'll just be huge damage for us, and extra chance on our Hunter's Mark gives us a better chance of chaining well. Oh, why am I killing Theseus? That's the wrong thing to do. Yeah, with that fountain, there's just really nothing to fear with these guys in the kind of build that we're in. If we were coming to this fight on like 70 health, it'd be a different story, but yeah, this is just no problem at all. We still haven't got a call, so we're still not Life of Smoldering Air, which we would not mind being, but ultimately, we're not going to need a call to breeze through this run. You just got to be a little bit careful in sticks. Make sure we don't get fucked up by some nasty, bit of poison or trap or something. But when we're looking at 300 hit points, Jesus, getting that early life affirmation was so nice. Yeah, since we're looking at 300 hit points, it's really not fast. I think here I'm going to grab the acorn for the Hades fight. I think that'll be pretty nice. I think of the acorn and the lucky tooth as about on the same level. I think we are running extra damage on enemies in heat, so the more damage the enemies are doing, the more value you're getting out of acorn and the less damage you're getting out of tooth, since tooth is a sort of flat hit point increase, whereas acorn is a flat number of damages, flat number of damage instances you're blocking out. So naturally, when things are doing more damage, you're getting more value out of the acorn. Not really sure what we're looking for at this point. There are a bunch of duos that we wouldn't mind having, but we're kind of in the dream already. I mean, theoretically, like, if we grab that Ares from the shop first. Oh wait, hang on. There's a Zeus spoon, so we could grab the Ares from the shop to get Ares Call. We could grab the Zeus spoon to get Vengeful Mood. It's a little bit far-fetched, and we've only got one Revenge Boon anyway, so it's not a big deal. So yeah, no need to worry about that. If we get Artemis Call here, that could be nice to try and get Smoldering Air, but I really don't like Smoldering Air with Artemis Call because Artemis Call gets really, really strong if you fully charge it, which you obviously can't do if you take Smoldering Air. So yeah, I don't really see a circumstance where we're hoping for Smoldering Air here. Lightning Rod, though, would be very nice, and we've got a Zeus room and the Athena room the Artemis room we're about to take. So we've got 2 shots at Lightning Rod, and we'd be... Yep, and look, here's Lightning Rod. Support Fire is not great since our attack speed is so low with Hestia, so yep, Lightning Rod, perfectly happy with that. Especially since our casts with the Zeus cast, they're not a big part of our damage output. So yeah, just leaving those Bloodstones on the ground, doing those Lightning Bolts, reapplying Jolted constantly, doing their own, 70 damage ticks. Cannot complain about that. The Hestia is kind of not doing too much in this room. It's mostly just getting pulled together by our Poseidon Dash. Which, that's how we drew it up. Hestia's for single targets, Poseidon Dash is for the groups. Striking undamaged foes. Nah. If that was the backstab one, we'd definitely consider that, because it's not too hard to land backstabs with Hestia, and the benefit you get from them is huge. Oh, early Satyr Sack. We may not even need to take any more rooms. Yeah, no need for either of these, and Poseidon's Aid is one of my favourite calls, so no objections there. Okay, so if we don't take any more rooms, we are missing out on a Zeus Spoon. Is there anything from Zeus that we really, really want? It's not really something I need to worry about, since, like, I'm going to win either way. This build it's already put together. But I guess I could grab Smoldering Air. I didn't grab I'm in Poseidon Call, and Smoldering Air with Poseidon Call is really nice. So that could be cool, but look, I'm not gonna fuck around. I'm gonna buy the shop. Hopefully get that. Okay, neither of these are the Hermes Boon for bonus damage from movement speed. So we're gonna re-roll and see if we can see it. Nope. But extra dashes. Very happy with that. Oh, I can't afford the Athena Boon. Whatever. We'll just grab Ares. Oh, look at that. Battle Rage. at the last minute. That's so nice. You'll see what that does in just a moment. And yeah, grab the aid. That gets a big increase on the first pom. And yeah, this should be over pretty quickly. Never did manage to get that extra damage on weak foes in Aphrodite, but we've got plenty of stuff to make this build happen. Okay, so you can see here we've got that battle rage effect on us. So the next time we shoot a guy, as soon as Hades drops his shield, I'll just mess around for a bit to show it off. Oh, hang on, no, I can't because he's got a shield on him from the soul stones. Okay, let's stop being didactic here for a minute and just play the video game. Okay, so yeah, battle rage is on there, and we're hitting. I'm missing. Okay, battle rage is on, and we're hitting Hades for like 600 damage with no crit. Yeah. And yeah, the crits, a crit battle rage hit will just be absolutely hideous. If we can get one of those. Yeah, thanks to the Acorn, we're still on full health. I think the Acorn's run out now, but yeah, if I wanted to be cheeky, I might just try and do a 0 damage Hades fight, but I don't give a shit enough to do that. I can just kind of do my own thing, shoot him with a gun a few times, and that'll be the end of that. Do a bit of the old Poseidon, run around in circles for a bit. It's funny, using this call kind of reduces our DPS quite dramatically, but you know, it makes us invincible, so can't complain about that. There's a surface fish too. So yeah, hope you now understand the potential of Hestia. To be honest, I'll say that as far as Hestia runs go, that's, you know, a pretty middling one. I have had much more, you know, devastating Hestia runs than that one. So yeah, I hope you had a good time with this one. See you next time.